everybody, welcome back. That is to the Fast Renegade Pro Cup Series, race number 10 of the season. Race 10 of 38. This long, grueling season, still just getting started. And we are at the craziest track of them all, Talladega, baby. Talladega night. 66 laps on tap. It is going to be a doozy. I mean, as is typical for a Talladega race, especially one where you're going to have over 30 cars, which we are looking at probably about 32, 33 at least guys that are going to be taking the green flag here. This is going to be a really, really good show. And I am excited to bring it to you guys. Hope everyone is doing well this evening. Drivers getting into the last couple minutes of practice here before we get going for 66 laps here. A couple notes on the night. Pit window will likely be about 20 laps at most, maybe 18 at the very least. And it is CTS physics for tonight, so you're going to have a little more of a suck up as compared to the Cup physics. So you're going to see guys really on each other's bumpers for this one. Kind of like we did with Daytona with the duels, and then also if you've got to see it over on JTN, the proper Daytona race, it's probably going to be a lot like that. Guys right on each other's tails with the amount of suck up that they have. So we'll give a quick little rundown here of the starting lineup here. Don LaPrade is on pole in the number 74. First start of the season for the driver of the 74. A familiar face, of course, to the channel, but not so familiar in this series, or at least for this season. But coming out for Talladega and already making a mark in the pole position. Jessica Sheldon will be starting in second place. Actually tied for lap time with Seth Cole, who will be starting in third. That actually is quite the coincidence, just knowing the relationship that those two have. Matt Watkins will be the outside of row number 2, and then we've got Nick Gunther and Ricky Collette, and then Oscar Ramos and Jacob Smetana, two-time winner on the season. Peter Smetana then, brother to Jacob, starting in 9th, with the head honcho of the league himself, Randall Coleman, starting in 10th. We got Michael Morata and Cody Luke, who we'll be trying to talk to a little bit throughout the race, starting in 12th. Then Jeff Goodpester, Edward Leal, Tyler Stallhood, Bill Martin, Ryan Lusk, Sean Romero, Thomas Philbrick, Ken Squires, Billy Ryan, Nick Fletcher, who we also have mic'd up here. James Moore, John Foreman, Sean Whitehill, Toby Roberson are the drivers who all took lap times. That's 27. And then beyond that, you also have Alex Moe, who's making his first start of the season in the 0:48. RJ Bishop, Daniel Cardozo back out there, along with DJ Harris. Mike Wiley, I'm showing on the list here as well. We also got Jovan Anderson, Josh Moyers, Tyler Mallon, and Harold Torres. That is the full list. Again, I'm not 100% sure if every single one of those drivers are actually taking the green, but if they are, then that's going to be 36. But still, that is quite the good showing there. We just reset happy hour, just giving some guys some extra time just to make sure that everything is all set and good to go. Another note here, you're not allowed to merge. When you're coming off pit road in turn 1, you have to stay on the apron until you're coming out of turn 2. So that's a little something to keep an eye on. And also, yeah, I'm going to have to try to keep my bearings as far as distinguishing the 48 and the 0:48. In the meantime, though, while we got some time here, I'm going to try to see if we can get a word with one of the drivers that we got mic'd up here, Cody Luke. Hey, Cody Luke, it's Andrew in the booth. Do you have a copy, sir?
Got a copy.
Just quickly before we start the race, just wanted to get a word with you here. I'll just get an idea from the driver's perspective, just what the strategy is going to be like at a race where it's less about speed and more about playing the chess game.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a strategy track. Um, Biggest thing is that you don't have to take tires here. You can take tires. It's not going to give you too much of an advantage though. Um, Mainly just I find the best way to keep yourself in it at the end is just kind of stay out of trouble, stay in the back, save a little bit of fuel, make your pit stop shorter, and yeah, don't get wrecked.
Easier said than done sometimes on that latter one, but yeah, I like the sound of that strategy. Hoping it all works out for you, and hoping that we also maybe get another chance to chat with you. But thank you for your time, though.
Yep, thank you.
Cody Luke will be driving the number 8 here tonight. We'll be starting in the 12th position. Of course, we also have on a whisper list, which is, of course, proper for team speak. We've also got Nick Fletcher on that list. Let's see if I can get a quick word with him here before we start as well. Nick Fletcher, Andrew up in the booth here. Do you have a copy, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just talked to Cody about the strategy going into a race like this. I guess I'll get your perspective as to what the plan is and how you plan on making it to the end and hopefully getting up to the front.
Well, my plan here, being a one-car team, is that I'm just going to follow people I have an alliance with whenever they go pit, do their strategy, and hopefully we can get this number 00 Cavabar Chevrolet up to the front tonight. Hopefully we get a victory.
Yeah, that'd be pretty darn cool to see. But yeah, we'll be keeping an eye out for you and also hoping for a couple of chances to be able to chat with you throughout the race. But good luck and go get them.
10-4, thank you very much.
And starting toward the about mid 20s there was Nick Fletcher in the 00 machine. They probably started 22nd for tonight. Again, just letting it run out here a little bit, giving some guys a chance to get into the server here. I know that there was another league race that was taking place that may have run a little bit long, so they're wanting to give everyone a fair shot who's contending for the championship to try to get into the race here. Of course, it's also going to give everyone else a chance to practice a little bit more with the draft, practice their pit stops, find their pit stalls. Pit road speed is 55 as per usual for Talladega. But like I said, you are not allowed to merge into turn 1 there. You have to stay down on the apron until you're coming off of turn 2 before you can merge. Lots of different paint schemes here. The 09, I do not have that scheme, so if it's just blank gray, that's why, and I apologize for that. You will probably see that at some point, so I just want to give that little heads up for everybody. It looks a little strange. Otherwise, though, while we're waiting, I'm going to mention to check out the links in the description, of course, for the Fast Racing League. Again, they've also got a couple other series. For those who are just looking to start out, they have a Truck and Xfinity series, which is not broadcasted, but could be a good place to kind of get your feet wet in the world of NR racing. And of course, the Renegade Cup series is always open to everybody. So please check them out on Facebook. That link is down there, as well as the link to the Johto Network. Group of guys and Joe Toriansky, who also broadcast NR races on a pretty consistent basis, is actually live right now, streaming a different league. Definitely feel free to check them out. Please subscribe to them. They're a great group of folks. Joe Toriansky, Ricky Collette, Tommy Bordeaux, Joseph Weaver. They're good folks and do a great job getting the word out about this phenomenal simulator, which is accessible to everybody. No, this is not meant to be a an ad for NR, but hey, it's a lot of fun. It's a healthy community. But anyways, back to JTN. Definitely subscribe to them. They'll be streaming a few more races of this series, the ones that I will not be doing. As well as, of course, Full Circle Racing Designs, which, of course, the makers of the mod that they'll be running tonight here. Definitely check them out as well. So as we go the last couple moments here, just going to take a quick break here for a moment. We'll be right back then as soon as we get the cars onto the grids and ready to go racing. final few seconds here before we get this thing started from Talladega, Alabama. There are, of course, those rumors that this track is actually haunted. We'll see if that's going to prove true tonight or not. As we kick it to the race session here, everyone going to get on track and get ready to go. Let's get you some pictures here.
Drivers, to your cars.
And there we go. You'll be able to see scoring as they cross the line each lap. Across the crawler at the top of your screen there. Bottom left corner, you'll be able to see the lap count. Of course, right now saying 0 of 66 and 66 laps on tap for tonight. Very healthy field here tonight. Going to be 30 plus. At least probably looking like 33, 34 like I was saying. 36 if everyone that was in the server does indeed start. It's Don LaPrade and Jessica Shelton on the front row here. 74 and 94 respectively, the 66 and the 15. In the second row there, I also don't have the 15, it would seem. So again, my apologies for that. Now, if we get an early crash within the first lap or two, we will also have a reset. And that's happened a couple times this season, so... And if they wreck early on, they'll give everyone a redo, but only one, just in case. Or just so that everyone has a fair shot at it. And that green, number 74, making his debut this season. Well, Don LaPrade is able to get it done, has won an IMRC championship on this channel already. Making his debut on the season. Has had some success though in the past here in the Fast Racing League. As the pace car pulls in, a monstrous field here. Coming to the restart zone as the green flag is going to wave here at Talladega. Super Speedway racing at its finest. About to get underway. Flying by your screen there. Oscar Ramos in the 50. Dropping down below the yellow line there. Looking to drop to the back of the field there. Looking for the long haul strategy. But the inside lane is prevailing at the moment. Jessica Shelton already dropping back. Leading that outside. But Seth Cole is not going to be content to stay there very long. And his teammate go with him there for a moment. And then Gunther, though dropping back in the line, is going to try to leave a gap there for Seth. But Seth Cole not wanting to stay behind Don LaPrade very long, who will lead the first lap. And just like that, here comes the outside. Shelton with a great run there. Cole trying to cut them off. Cody Look being put to the outside of 3 wide there. And Jeff Goodpaster are going to bail out. And Seth Cole wants that lead, and he wants it bad. It is lap 2 here. And he is going every which way to try to get that lead from the 74. It looks like he's going to do it here, though. Got a great pusher here, and a good friend of his, Nick Gunther, behind him in that 56. Matt Watkins in the blank card there. That is the number 15. Jacob Smetana behind them in the 42, all on the inside line. Don LaPrade leading the outside with Jessica Shelton and Ricky Collette. Gunther pushing up the track a little bit there, trying to stay in line. These cars looking a little bit unstable at the moment. Yeah, I think Gunther had to get out of the gas a little bit. That's going to leave a gap between him and the 66. That's going to give those guys a pretty good run. We'll see if Gunther's just going to stay with him or he's going to try to make something happen with it. Going to stay with his friend slash teammate. His Matana brothers are also in line there as Sticky Keys decided to say, "Hi, how are you doing?" Sorry for that. Is 66 holding on to the lead. That inside line seems like it gets going pretty good, but then once they get a couple cars ahead, then the outside starts to get going, and they were starting to get going there, and Seth said, "Oh no, you don't." Golly, Seth Cole's driving really aggressively here for how early on in the going it is. Al Vincent, chat, good to see you, man. Side by side for the lead here between Cole and Gunther. And we got a crash in the back there that appears to be the 048. Some other cars spinning there, including the 00. That being Nick Fletcher. There's John Foreman, also slow. First caution of the race, lap 4 here. Get a better look here, see what happened here in between turn 3 and 4. I'm checking around the area of Nick Fletcher there, and actually got into Ken Squires, and that's what sent them all around there. Forgive me, that was actually DJ Harris that I saw initially spinning around there. Ken Squires in 25 actually taking a really hard hit to the outside wall there. That looked like that may have just been a result of possibly a checkup there on the outside. It's kind of a symptom of the CTS physics. With the runs comes a lot of checkups because you don't want to be hitting guys in the corner. So guys toward the front are going to try to lightly back off just a little bit so that they don't hit the car that's in front of them. But then that's also going to, that checkup really exemplifies itself exponentially as you go back in the field there. Like, yeah, Squire's trying to stay off of Sean Romero, and Fletcher was just a tiny bit too close to him, and they end up going around. Only a couple cars involved, though. Great avoidance job by a number of guys there in the back. I think my game may have crashed there or something. I'm not sure what just happened there. Yep, my game just crashed. That's just lovely. Okay. Fantastic. Perfect timing. So, technical difficulties. But I'll try to get back in here. Give me just a moment. At least it was under caution. I guess that's one saving grace. Oh dear. Alright, we're back in here. Get everything pulled back up that I had. My apologies. Technical difficulties are now being sorted out. They appear to be resolved, at least for now. Which is a bit concerning. Hopefully that does not occur later down the road. So getting things caught back up here. Looks like we did have a few guys come down pit road here. There we go. Back to the live shot. Of course, everyone who's watching this, please let me know in chat how the stream is looking. If it starts to get laggy, buffering, or anything of that sort, please always let me know. And of course, just any kind of feedback is always welcome as well. But Nick Gunther is currently the race leader, with Seth Cole to his outside, and then it's going to be Matt Watkins and Don LaPrade in the second row as it stands. And then Jessica Shelton and Jacob Smetana will be row number 3. A couple guys toward the midfield there, opting to come in and top off with fuel. Let's see Randall Coleman and Cody Luke, a couple of those guys. And some other drivers toward the back as well there. There's Jeff Goodpaster, who we saw drop back from the outset. Sean Whitehill as well. Here's the 048 Alex and Mo. First time seeing that name this season. Also saw Jovan Anderson coming up pit road as well. Thomas Philbrick, 23. Darren Ingram also out there in the fantastic looking Exalta scheme there in the 24. And enough can never be said about the quality of these paint schemes that are around here. I say it almost every week, but it's just because there's so much variety in it. There's a lot of craftsmanship into that. And I think that it's as Seth Cole, when I was talking to him about the number moving forward on the schemes, he said that as a painter himself, it gives you so much more creative freedom and a whole lot of more room to work with as far as colors and placement of liveries and sponsors and contingencies and stuff like that. And I can tell that a lot of these guys have been taking full advantage of that. 27 times Stallhood being another one that always brings out some phenomenal stuff. So light's still on in the pace car here. Should probably be taking 1 to green this time, I would imagine. But with Seth Cole being as aggressive as he was from the get-go, I would not be surprised to see that 66 doing whatever he can to, if he can't take the lead, try to stay in line and just hold as best a position as he could. Although I think once he does get in line, he won't stay there very long. He'll try to go at it once again. And he'll have a pretty good pusher there in the 74. Coming to the stripe here, lights are indeed out. And we're going back green here on lap 9 of 66. Number of guys back down pit road here, just playing the conservative strategy at the moment. I'm going to try to go a few extra laps on this tank of gas. It's just excuse me, that's just it though. If you can try to pit with, or not with a majority of the field, that's going to be a whole lot easier, because then you can be a little more aggressive coming down pit road, gain a little bit of time. And of course everyone has slightly different braking zones, so that can get really, really hairy when you got the big pack coming in all together. And trust me, as a racer myself, I said you see plenty of times where it takes one little slip up from one person, and then you've got a whole field that's going to be in trouble. But then the caution might not come out because you're below the racing surface, so the game won't recognize that as caution worthy, and so you're just going to be in an insult to injury at that point. So green flag pit stops, if we do get them, are going to be very, very interesting to see what the strategy will be. But for right now, though, it's going to be a matter of which line can get the better push. Again, Nick Gunther's going to have the advantage here, and those guys on the inside line are going to have the initial advantage, just having the shorter way around here, getting up to speed. But once they get going, if that outside line can hook up, we've already seen how much progress they can make in a real hurry. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that once again. Of course, we'll also keep an eye on some guys that were involved in that wreck, see how they're doing pace-wise. It is moderate damage, so even if you do take a bit of a hit, it shouldn't affect you too severely, but we'll keep an eye on that for sure. Into the restart zone here, we are back to racing. And a decent jump there for the 56, going to get ahead of Matt Watkins a little bit, but pretty even. And actually pulling ahead slightly is the 66. Maybe the 56 trying to let him in line, not really sure there. But I'm actually surprised at just how well Seth and those guys on the outside, despite it being the long way around, they held on and actually gained a bit, despite them not really being linked up yet. Away with the line, not really playing as much of a factor in that as I thought, as we got a crash to the inside of the track. And a huge crash as they come back up. Thomas Philbrick is in that. There's Daniel Cardozo getting hit a couple times. Alex Moe appears to have been involved as well. There's Mike Wiley in the 98 who stopped. Tyler Mallon, the 3-time winner and the last week's winner, involved in the 81. Came into the server a bit late, so ended up starting at the back. And going to be involved in this one. It looked like it may have been the 48 or the 70. One of the yellow cars that initially went around there. We'll have another look here. And yeah, they were going 3 wide there, and door slamming was Philbrick and, yeah, that's John Foreman. And then, yeah, Philbrick, no control, just going back up the track. As did the 70, and that's what sent them around. There's Jeff Goodcaster spinning. I am not 100% sure as to what was going on between those two. That seems awfully aggressive to be door slamming for like 20th place on lap 9. Or maybe just a little bit of a miscommunication. One guy not really knowing where the other one was going. I mean, hey, things are happening awfully fast at these tracks, so. But yeah, Foreman never really gave the space to the 23 and then just kept coming down. Could have also maybe been some kind of a technical problem on the 70. Steering getting locked up or something of that sort. Stranger things have happened. And he has some pretty good hits there, but again, nothing that I really saw that looked like it would be catastrophic. So back to the live picture here. The majority of the front runners here staying out on the track. Nick Gunther's still the leader. So that's cool. We'll be once again to the outside, and then you're going to have the 74 and the 94 in the second row. Matt Watkins, I believe, has come down pit road actually. Ooh, a little bit of trouble there actually on pit road there. Jovan Anderson in the 93. Getting a little bit tangled up there, and Philbrick without a rear end. Now, believe it or not, actually, for Talladega, that actually might not affect him that badly. I think he'll actually be okay. So long as he didn't get any hard hits on the front. It's the front end that'll really kill you at this track. Yeah, you can get rid of that whole rear end. That's not really doing much for you at this place. But if you get any hits on the nose, kind of like Ken Squires did in the first caution, that's what can start to hurt you. Again, even on moderate damage. So, yeah, that's why I was keeping an eye on the 25 just to see how he was doing. And now we'll see how the 23 is doing then. Yeah, we're getting caught back up here. Jeff Goodpester, looks like we've got an EOL penalty. Jumping to the rear. So we'll likely be going green at 13 or 14. We're still probably going to put them into the window of 2 more stops. At that point, you'll be able to go to about lap 32, 33 roughly, and then from there to about lap 52 to 53, and then have at it to the end. Of course, that is assuming that we go green from here. Lights are still on in the pace car. We'll take another moment here to chat with one of our guys on the track there. We're see if we can get Cody Luke rung up once again here. Hey Cody, it's Andrew again. You got a copy?
Yep, gotcha.
Yeah, we're on lap 12 here. A couple cautions so far. Playing the conservative game from the looks of it here. What's it been looking like in front of you there?
A little bit hectic there. I don't know what happened to. I think that was 70 car that got into Thomas there. I don't know what happened to him there. That was that looked kind of weird there, but just kind of playing the survival game. Just trying to get as much fuel as I possibly can. I don't know, just kind of hanging out right now.
That's probably going to end up being the best strategy of them all. But just trying to keep it up. Still keeping an eye out for you, and just be safe out there.
Copy that.
Scored 21st right now is Cody Luke. And there's Philbrick just a couple spots behind him there. Randall Coleman is back here as well. Also opting for that conservative fuel strategy by the looks of it. Nick Fletcher also toward the back. And some other guys just kind of getting themselves sorted out at the moment. So we did officially have 35 drivers who took the green flag. You probably saw my little cheat sheet right there, but just double checking to see where everyone is at. Everyone is still running. We only have one guy a lap down. That is the 51 of Harold Torres. Everyone else on the lead lap. As the lights have gone out on the pace car, we will be going green here on lap 14. So he's on the outside lane, hold its own pretty good, even on the initial jump to get up to speed, which I was actually kind of surprised at. And now that Seth Cole has Jessica Shelton behind him, those two have run many super speedway races, so they got plenty of experience pushing each other. So I would not be surprised to see that 94 linked up to that 66 and staying there for a little while. Well, unless the 66 gets clear of the 56, and knowing how he's been doing so far, he'll probably jump right back down to try to cover that. But we'll see here. So Gunther and Cole, and then LaPrade and Shelton, and then Jacob Smetana and Ricky Collette will be the top three rows here. And it's Peter Smetana just behind his brother, with Michael Murata to the outside, and then it's Bill Martin and Sean Romero rounding out the top 10. Thirty-five drivers, double file here, coming back to the green flag. We'll see what kind of a run we can get going this time around. It's a little bit spread out there toward the middle of the field. Might be a strategy just to say, hey, let's just try to get some laps in here, try to get it to the end. And as Cody mentioned, just trying to survive and make sure you're getting all the laps. That's the number one trick before you can start thinking about winning races. But we are back to green flag racing here. Another good restart there from the 66th. Not going to be able to get clear though. And that is actually quite the hefty gap between him and the 94. That's not going to help at all. And the 74 already closing in nicely on the 56. So the inside line going to get pretty healthy. Here's Jacob Smetana, the 42, kind of washed up the track just a little bit there. That inside line looking definitely a little bit more tricky to hold it steady as compared to the outside. But again, it is a shorter way around, so it's kind of a trade-off. And that's what's really going to make these lines really even and really interesting to see who gets the run and who doesn't, as we might be going three wide here. Peter Smetana trying to force his way into some kind of a gap. And then everyone goes to the outside. There goes Seth and Gunther throwing the block. Oh my goodness, guys. This is getting scary. Chuck up there on the outside. A little bit of a stacked there with Miranda, Collette and company. Oh man, these guys are getting dicey already. Now LaPrade wanting to possibly make that move. And then they all dive down to the inside. They're going to leave Shelton to lead the outside. Peter once again watching off the track. Almost gets cut off there by the 94. And now LaPrade trying to get below the 66. Holy moly, it is lap 16. Not even 50 to go here. And this is about as dicey as you would ever see it. Holy moly. 43 getting in behind his brother there. LaPrade to the outside and everyone following suit. And now the 42 is going to get below the 74. And right back out of the inside. It goes to 56 and 66. I think I saw that may have been strong. Whitehill dropping to the back. Probably looking at this going, what on earth is this? I want no part of it. Oh, Smetana. Look at that switch back there. Gonna hang out Seth Cole there. Cole trying to get the side draft. Oh boy, they're getting awfully close. Oh man, they're making me nervous. 3 wide there. Darren Ingram hung up on the outside. With no help there in the 24. Might be able to try to find a gap here and does get in front of Sean Romero. Oh boy. The Smetana brothers here pushing each other. Jacob briefly getting up to the lead there, but that push on that outside with those guys that run with each other a lot. Gunther, Cole, LaPrade, and Shelton. They are proven just how good they are and how experienced they are on these super speedways. But at the same time, they are not afraid to make some noise. And speaking of making noise, Ricky Collette getting put in the middle, sucker hole! And that 43 is moving around so much. The sucker hole there is he's going to get turned! And that's going to be a crash with Billy Ryan going upside down and a number of cars spinning and getting collected. Nick Fletcher, Cody Luke, Tyler Stallhud. I see Randall Coleman. There's Thomas Philbrick. James Moore's facing the wrong direction. Oscar Ramos, Jeff Goodpaster, Harold Torres. All among the cars involved. I just had a funny feeling that the way that they were running was just not sustainable. And there they went. As Michael Morata put Ricky Collette to the sucker hole in the middle. And then Collette getting a tap, sending him around, and everyone just nowhere to go. There was actually Tyler Stallhud that just washed up the track just a tiny bit. And Collette getting some hang time. Also the 48 going around as well, DJ Harris. Aside from the 11, I don't see anyone really getting anything too severe out of that. James Moore losing out the most, just throwing it in reverse there to get back on track. We'll get a different angle here. We'll get it from the spectator view. This could be something a little bit different. And yeah, it was Michael Morata who decided to try to take them 3 wide on the outside. And then that put Collette into the middle. And then right there, they almost made contact, and I think some guys were trying to check up and miss that, and then 27 just came up a little bit. Great miss job there by Josh Moyers to try to miss that. A number of other guys missing that. Ryan Lusk as well. And yeah, again, with moderate damage, I don't see anyone getting anything too serious out of that. Again, Billy Ryan might be the worst off, just seeing him flip there for a moment, but again, moderate damage is pretty forgiving, so that should help. At least a little bit. We're checking on the field here to see who's pitting and who's not. Looks like most of the front runners have stayed out once again here. Of course, some guys that were involved in that melee coming down pit road. Matt Watkins was also in there. The guys who are playing that safe strategy. Those are the guys who are down pit road there. So a pretty familiar front row here with the 56 and the 66. My goodness, are they putting on a show, but I don't know how many friends they're making out there. Jacob Smetana is now third. Going to be in front of Don LaPrade. And then it's Peter Smetana in fifth place. Jessica Shelton will round out the third row if it stays as it is. And going back from there, you got Bill Martin in seventh, the Nashville winner. In eighth place then is Michael Murata, who made that daring outside move. And then Sean Romero, and first time we've seen 68 of Josh Moyers here in the top 10. Good to see that 68 up there. And Tyler Mallon and Jovan Anderson, a couple of pretty successful drivers there. Up to 11th and 12th after starting at the rear. Again, missed qualifying. Coming in the server pretty late, so. And yeah, also not having any practice really either. There's actually the 55 is going to come down pit road this time. So that's going to move them up a spot that will put the 81 into the top 10. The other guys also in pit road once again here. There's Cody Luke, Philbrick, Mike Wiley. Collette back in, Goodpaster, and Raymond Coleman as well. I'm actually surprised to see Coleman going for the conservative strategy, just knowing that he likes to hold on to his track position. Just kind of known from racing him for a little while, but opted for something a little bit different this time around. They're on lap 21 of 66. Still a little over 10 laps away from the halfway point here. 3 cautions thus far at Talladega. Some guys up at the front here saving a little bit of fuel. Again, maybe just looking for that extra lap, possibly. Now, of course, if there is anyone that is able to push a if the fuel window is about 20 laps, Seth Cole will find a way to make it 30. Even if it means him putzing around the track the whole time. Seth Cole, good dude. Of course, one of the head honchos of the NNSCRA, as well as the Flat Out Racing Network, who also does some NR broadcasts, primarily iRacing. Him and Matthew Rodriguez putting on a good show over there. Definitely check them out as well. Flat Out Racing Network. That's a good group of folks as well. I know that they'll be getting back into the NR 2003 scene here soon with Rolling Thunder Gaming's Talladega Challenge taking place on Thursday nights. So definitely make sure you check that out. And make sure you root for the 47. Because that's me. But yeah, Seth Cole, he's quite the character on the track, though. Not afraid to make something happen, as we've seen, and will take the most aggressive strategies that you didn't even think existed. So, a bit of a switcheroo here, though. Gunther has opted for the outside lane. Leader does get lane choice. And has opted for the outside. I think has seen how well Seth has done on that outside. And so said, you know what? I'm going to give it a try myself and see if I can do the same thing. course, you're going to have the Smetana brothers lined up nose to tail there, 3rd and 5th. Tom Brown in 4th. And again, keep an eye on that 81 and 93 duo as well. Even back there, row number 5. Mal's not afraid to make some noise. Tyler Mallon, of course, winner at the Dirt last week in pretty dramatic fashion. Pretty much run out of fuel at the finish line. The only 3-time winner on the season, and one of only 2 multi-time winners, Jacob Smetana being the other one with 2 wins, those both being at the road courses of Coda and Mid-Ohio. And then next week, and right here on this channel, Fast will be heading to Dover. So same time, same place, tune in for that next week. And of course, we got plenty of racing still to come right here. It's going to get back underway here on lap 23. With a familiar front row here, 56 and 66. On the front row, Gunther opting for a little different call here, with it being on the outside. And holy smokes, what a jump that he got there. Don't know if that was supposed to be coordinated or if he just said, hey, let's go. That almost may have been too good. He's out there by a ton. And a little bit of shove there. That was in the corner. That could get a little iffy, but if you do it right, it can help you. That's going to give Seth Cole a big run here. Going to have to stay behind the 56. It's quite contrary to what we've seen him do most of the night. And only 2 lonesome drivers up there on the outside, LaPrade and Shelton. Everyone has gone to the inside here. Although 43 looking to change that. 42 is probably going to go up there as well. And there goes everybody else saying, no, you don't. Oh! Sean Romero getting pushed down below the yellow line. It is out of bounds. But golly. And there goes Smetana to the outside. There's no real inside or outside. It's just the leader's line. That's about it. Because it's the outside and the inside and the outside and the inside and then the middle and then Timbuktu. Just about everywhere manageable as Josh Moyer is maybe looking to force the gap there on Romero. They're going to check up on the inside a little bit there. I think he's got a little bit iffy there back toward about Ken Squires, who looks like he's doing pretty good as far as speed goes. Well, right as I say it, he's going to get put 3 wide by Darren Ingram. Cody Luke on the outside. And taking a point action there, Michael Murata in the 55. Oh boy, this is going to be interesting here. He's got these guys side by side behind the top 2 who have a bit of a separation between them. And they're going to gain right up on him here. Cole to the outside. Big block contact made. Toby Robertson in the middle, 3 wide there. And then onto the apron goes the 43. Can he save it? He will, but that's going to stack up the whole inside. Oh boy, these guys got to settle down. We're 4 wide. Mallon on the far inside. Here comes Jordan Anderson there as well. And everyone looking to take advantage. Sean Romero falling the wrong direction there. In the 71. But oh my goodness. When I sent the link in the Facebook group for this race, as looks like we may be under caution. And indeed we are. We've actually had a spin there in turn 1 involving Ricky Collette and Daniel Cardozo. 2 and 29. I'll get a quick look here, see what happened. Yeah, this is at the very rear. Yeah, this is different. And James Moore actually came up and hit the 29. He just lost control there and then got into the 2. Yeah, they were 3 wide, and that was at the very, very tail of the field. Yep, just the 2-car incident there. And James Moore just coming up the track a little bit too much and just a little bit of a tap. Hoy! So, we'll take a moment here to wind down, collect our thoughts, try to piece together what the heck we've been watching here, because this has been absolutely crazy up here at the front. I mean, it's all legal. There's no rule against blocking so long as you don't cause a problem. But my goodness, just for how aggressive they have been. I guess it just goes to show just how important track position is, because my goodness. Pretty darn exciting though, you can't deny that. So the whole field going to come down pit road here. We are definitely at the point now where if you pit here, you'll be able to make it on one more stop. As we are at exactly 40 to go, which is right on that pit window. And then of course you're going to get a couple caution laps after this, which will help you out even more. So if this goes green, these guys should be in good shape at this point. So we'll keep an eye on the race here. A bunch of guys either going to be topping off or just taking 2 tires. Although Cody Luke and some others, maybe getting that less fuel is going to help out there. Cody Luke is going to lead them off pit road with Nick Gunther behind him, and then Randall Coleman has now gotten in between the 56 and the 94. Looking for where the heck the 66 ended up. He got stuck on pit road. Not sure if he may have opted for 4 tires or not. There's Thiago there in Gent. Good to see you. Welcome to the show. You guys have stayed out here. And now they're being led by Matt Watkins. And Toby Roberson, Ryan Lusk, Tyler Stallhood, and Bill Martin are currently the top 5. We'll see if it will stay that way here. Yeah, another, if you're one of those guys that takes the conservative route, what might be the better thing to do is to, not pit the first time by, or even if you do, come back in and top off toward the end of the caution period to get just another lap or 2 of fuel, basically, which will give you just a little bit of insurance as far as making it on that one last stop. It's possible that the guys who pit the first time and then will hold that track position, they could be in a bit of a predicament where they might have to save at least a little. But we'll see though. Lights are still on the pace car here. Darren Ingram currently scored 2 laps down in the 24. Everyone else is now on the lead lap. And everyone that has started the race is still running. Now here's where my personal gears start turning and thinking, for these guys up here in the top 5 that may have topped off earlier, and now they're saving fuel here, could it be possible that they are opting to stay out here and they may be able to save enough to still make it on that one stop, just like everyone else? Again, we'll see if they come down pit road this time or not. And still, we got Cody Luke up there, the first of the drivers that have pitted, after being able to get a lot less fuel that time. You guys getting an EOL there. Let's see if we can ring up the driver that 00 in the meantime, at least Nick Fletcher. Hey Nick, it's Andrew in the booth once again. You got a copy, sir.
Hey, one more time, Andrew. Couldn't get you there, man.
Nope, you're good. Just making sure that you can hear me loud and clear there.
Yes, sir.
So I'll ask from your perspective, because I'm sure that you've been seeing a lot of crazy stuff going on up in front of you there. I just wanted to get your perspective and see how that's playing into how you're running the race.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm grateful to be back here. So I haven't really had any trouble with Rex. So I'm just trying to keep her slow and steady, you know. Slow and steady wins the race, as they say. So, you know, we avoid all these wrecks, we can be up there for the end of this one, have a shot at winning this thing. No damage right now.
Hey, that's good to hear. Still got the second half coming up here. Good luck there as we got one to go.
All right, thank you, man.
So the front 4 will be staying out here. Matt Watkins will be the race leader. Opting for the outside lane. Toby Roberson will be to the inside in the 64. We've got a whole new legion of cars up here at the front. And Seth Cole mired back in traffic. So this is going to definitely shake things up. We'll see, are they going to be just as aggressive to try to hold on to this track position as the others were? I mean, you still got Nick Gunther up here, going to be the outside of row 3, with Jessica Shelton behind him. Randall Coleman in the best position that he's been in all night. Of course, Cody Luke up there as well. So this is going to be a little bit different. And the question is, how differently will they behave? And we'll get ready to get at it here, kind of checking up there a little bit on the inside. I think I want to do it again. Alright, Sticky Keys said hello once again. I will try to limit that. And the reason that keeps happening is because I'm hitting shift a lot to go back a car or two. So that's why that's happening. So Matt Watkins leading him to the green here. He's got a bit of a gap between him and the 39. 64 does not get the best restart, but gets a nice shot there from Stallhood. And the 15 will jump down to the inside. Some guys getting a little bit dicey back there. Someone dove to the inside. Not sure what that was. And they're already crashing. James Moore and John Foreman. I believe that has brought back out the caution, and indeed it has. As we're spinning up here on the back straightaway, Ken Squires, Billy Ryan facing the wrong direction. They've gotten caught up in the truck up there. Yeah, something. I definitely saw the yellow car. It must have been Foreman, and indeed it was. Let's have a look here. Getting shoved by Michael Murata. And that just looks like a bad bump. And then hits the inside wall. Tries to stop from sliding up into the track, but just can't quite do it. Does get into James Moore. Did take a bit of a hit there to the inside wall. That could be a bit of an issue. But John Foreman, just a bad bump there from the 55. Sending him to the inside and back to the outside again. We'll get one more look at it here, and then we'll see what took place up in the field. Spinning down to the inside, hits the inside wall pretty good. Tries to stop it from coming up onto the track, but momentum is just going to do its thing. But then coming back up here, everyone's slowing up. And actually didn't quite catch that there. Go back a little bit here. So they're slowing up for the caution. This is Ken Squires and again Murata. So a little bit of a tap there and that sends them around. Boy, this was not a good couple of moments for that 55. But hopefully you're going to be not too worse for wear there. A couple hits, but nothing too serious. Again, bigger concern would be the 70, but even then that wasn't anything too hellacious. However, Murata has retired after that, so 55 out of the race, the first retiree of the night. Darren Ingram has lost a few more laps, so I'm not even sure if he's still on track or not. I don't think he is. So, as it stands, it appears that is going to leave us with 33 cars on the track. All of them should be on the lead lap. And of course, didn't get too much going there, so most of the front runners here are going to remain the same. That was a nice jump there, though, from the 15. Almost got too far ahead. Only other real change there, Nick Gunther has gotten past Cody Luke for that top 5. We will be taking the halfway point at the stripe this time. So I'll take just a little bit of a breather here while we're under caution. We'll keep it to the live picture here for you guys. And then we'll go back green here in just a couple laps. We'll bring you plenty more action here for the second half of the Fast Racing League at Talladega, race 10 of 38 of the 2022 season. so we'll be going back racing here in just a moment. I do want to apologize as well. I just noticed the ticker at the top has been wrong ever since my game crashed. So it was probably stuck on whatever lap I crashed on. So I apologize for that. I'm probably going to end up, I think I'm just going to get rid of it for now. So I do apologize. Yep, we're just going to be kind of stuck with that for now. I do apologize, but it's just going to kind of just sit there and show very inaccurate information. So, again, my apologies. I would not be able to fix that without, at least to my knowledge, I don't think that I'll be able to fix it without leaving the game and closing OBS and basically restarting the stream over again. Which, obviously, would not be ideal. But I will definitely do my best trying to keep up with positions of where everyone's running. Right now it is Matt Watkins and Toby Roberson in the front row yet again. Bill Martin and Tyler Stallhood in row number 2, and then Gunther and Luke up here in row number 3. And then Coleman and Shelton, LaPrade and Smetana, Jacob that is. That is the top 10 currently. We're coming to 31 laps to go after caution number 4. Some guys still saving. And I tell you what, these cautions are helping. That's going to help this top 4. Because remember, they're a few laps behind on fuel as compared to everyone else. So this is helping them out and helping them kind of get on more even footing with everyone else. But another great jump there from Watkins as we're back to racing. At 36 of 66. Watkins jumping down the inside. And now we're going to see just how these guys who have not been up toward the front at all tonight, just how they're going to play it. Top 2 get a little bit of a gap there. Top 2 Toyotas. Watkins and Roberson. A couple guys who have plenty of experience racing together in other leagues. And here in FASTA as well as some predecessor leagues as well. And then you got the Nashville winner, Bill Martin, up here in 3rd. Flips the apron a little bit. Now he's going way to the outside there. Stallhood and Luke. Luke's going to hang him out. And Stallhood is going to go see you later. Don't know if that's voluntary or not. Got one guy who's lost the draft there. Way in the back is Fletcher. Oh boy. Nick Fletcher almost getting into the 0.48 of Alex Moe. And yeah, now we're seeing guys getting a little more lax up here toward the front, although the 39's saying, I'm going to at least give it a shot here. Coleman is going to go with him, but there's a little bit of a gap between them, so that is not going to help things. That's Matt Watkins up here in the lead, and just like that, they're going to start getting aggressive again as they're actually fanning out because we've got yet another caution on the track. And I am actually uncertain as to what it is for. James Moore, I believe, was just the car that lost the draft. I'm not too sure on this one. Guess we'll find out here. See if we can find anything in particular. Okay, yep, we did have a spin there, turn 2. Looked like it may have been Ryan Lusk, and indeed it was. Pinching down the 50 of Oscar Ramos, and then Ramos comes up just a smidge and spins him around. Golly, the only car involved at 83. Really phenomenal driving job by the others. And a little camera blip there. And again, that's where it's just a game of inches. All it takes is for one zig, one zag, and that's all it takes. Yeah, right there. Lux kind of zigged, and then in response, Vamos zagged, and around goes the Canadian Tire Chevrolet. Actually, fairly harmless. They kept it going. This little 360 there did hit the wall, of course, but again, not hard enough to, at least from here, it appears to cause any serious implications.
Hey, Andrew, you got a copy, man?
Yes, I do. Nick, what's up?
Hey, I just want to tell you, these last few laps have been insane.
Yeah, that's what it's been looking like from up here. I've been keeping my eye on the front. Some different guys up there who look like they're playing it a little more calm. But I just imagine, and I'll just ask you on this one, just with the number of cars at a super speedway like this, just how you play that game of giving enough space without giving up too much.
It's really all about just being in the right place at the right time, I feel, because you don't know what's going to happen up front, and that's where everything's getting crazy right now. So it's really about being in the best place at the right time. And I think where we are right now here in the 15th, it's pretty good. I think we got a good chance to see anything.
Just slowly working the way up here as we're into the second half of this race. Definitely going to be keeping an eye on that blue 00. Good luck, man.
Thank you, man. And remember, everyone watching, free shells at Blue Lagoon Kava Bar if this car gets a top 10. Thank you.
There you go. Yeah, shout out to everyone there who might be watching this from there. I heard about that and kind of thought, oh, no pressure. No pressure. And I'm having a blast here. Always fun to bring these races to you guys. Doing it solo, I usually like to have someone up here co-comment with me. But in this case, we got it just me. That's why I'm taking frequent silent pauses just to make sure I don't ravage my throat too much. But what I'm keeping an eye on here, the 56, 74, 93 have been doing a good job of picking their way forward or just before these cautions. Gunther back up to third. LaPrade will be fourth. And it looks like Anderson will be sixth. And Seth Cole also starting to come back up here. Scored ninth here. And then number 66, the definitely, I would say, hands down, the most aggressive driver all night has been that 66. So, ninth definitely ain't going to be good enough for where he's sitting. We'll see what he's going to be able to do with that. But my goodness, these leaders. It's just when you think they're settling it down, someone's going to make the move and everyone else is going to say, is going to Gandalf them, you shall not pass. But in turn, we all know what that could cause. So, it's definitely exciting, but I know that a lot of these drivers are probably looking at each other going, what? Maybe chill out a little bit? Maybe, or maybe they're out there just having the time of their life. I know that it can go a lot of different ways. I know that if I was seeing this, I would be definitely a little nervous if I was anywhere near this. But hey, it's a free simulator. It's a league that these guys are able to run for free. They are racing for money at the end of the season. I think it's like the top 10 in the points are going to get a certain amount of a payout, courtesy of James Moore. So shout out, of course, to James, the financial provider for that. And then, of course, JTN, the couple races that they were doing, that does cost a little bit. So, at the end of the day, just having fun. That's all these guys are out there to do. Spentana, hello. 43, just suddenly facing the wrong direction. Well, you saw him just light up the tires, and that was that. And now Daniel Cardozo's spinning to avoid that, along with the two of Colette. Some drama under caution here. Kind of out of nowhere, since it is in-game cautions. Smetana will be allowed to get a spot. And then final back in line there. A little bit of a scary moment. The tires probably aren't too happy with him, but no harm, no foul. We will be taking the green flag here with 25 to go. Still one more stop to make for all these drivers. Again, it seems like for a super speedway race, I am, as I've said, I'm very surprised at just how much these guys have been worried about track position, just in terms of how they're racing. I mean, yeah, we've seen the guys who weren't worried about just want to make it to the end. Talking to a couple of them, of course, Cody and Nick, but just how they've been racing up here at the front. It's like one position lost is gonna just trap them there, or even send them further back. It's just kind of how they're racing, it seems. So it's like I said, made for a lot of exciting moments. Just checking on how everyone's doing here. Still got 33 cars on the track. Daniel Cardozo a few laps down as it stands. Had something happen there to the 29. 32 cars on the lead lap. That is 32 cars with a legitimate chance of winning. Watkins still leading in that blank car. Again, I apologize. Toby Roberson to his inside in the 64. Has not had some of the best restarts, but once he gets going, he's able to keep it up there pretty nicely. But then you've got Nick Gunther there in third. And I know that with the amount of good runs that he's had that have not really come up with that much, I know that he is desperate for something good to happen. Of course, the pole sitter out there in fourth as we're back to racing. And again, Watkins going to clear the 64 before they get to turn one. Going to get to the inside. LaPrade with Anderson behind him. That could be a dangerous combo. And then you got Shelton behind them both as well. So that outside lane has got some pretty good muscle. And Coleman also. We saw him at the back most of the night here. But coming up here into the top 10. 3 wide in the middle of the field. We're going to settle that down in a hurry. See if we can get a green flag run going here. Also, credit to both the 48 cars, DJ Harris and Alex Moe. They're both trying to work their way forward here, just outside the top 10 now, and starting to close in on this lead draft. And they're all kind of scattered back there at the moment. Probably just based on everything that's been happening in this race. There's like, hey, let's just try to keep it in one piece. Field looking a little more orderly here. Watkins and his fellow Toyota pushing him. Although right when I say that, as Jordan Anderson lagging a bit. Oh man, he is disappearing and reappearing. They're probably going to send him to the back if that continues. That is dangerous. And sucker hole now for the 64. Just like that. From second, trying to make a move for the lead. Jordan Anderson lagged at just the wrong moment, and he is going backwards. A Penske Toyota. So Watkins still in the lead for now, but Don LaPrade with a run on the outside might be able to get his nose up there. Like I said, he's got a lot of muscle pushing him. And my God, they're all chain bumping, a little bit of a bad bump. Almost gets the 94 squirrely. 94 though also knows how to get it done here in the Fast Racing League. Won the very first duel for the duels at Daytona earlier this season. So definitely keep an eye on that 94. Of course, a lot of super speedway racing experience for the 94 and the 66. and a lot of experience running together in particular. That's why I'm sure that they are trying to find each other. But that outside lane is starting to check out as the inside lane very, very scattered. Everyone nose to tail on the outside, and they are checking out. That's Eddie Verliel in the other gray car. In the Ford, as he goes to the inside, as Watkins tries to get to the outside. Nick Gunther hung out down there by himself as well, trying to close in on the 09. To try to get that lane going. Although someone that's not wanting to work with anyone by the looks of it, Peter Smetana making 3 wide on Seth Cole. Couldn't quite get the nose down there. They're probably saying, hey, if you want to race aggressively, I'll do the same to you if you want. And Seth Cole saying, okay, do your thing. I'll do it too. Forced his way in there behind Sean Whitehill in the 12. And now Smetana going every which way. Left, right, left, right. Gets underneath the 39 now. As that line is staying together. And staying together nicely. We are coming to 20 to go. Smetana looking for 3 wide there on Gunther. Not going to be able to make that work. Yeah, those guys, they got to work together if they're going to try to maintain track position. Although Gunther doesn't want any part of that. Don't think the 43 does either. Holy smokes. Bobbing and weaving, juking and dodging. Got 5 guys down there on the inside. Cody Lucas down there. There's DJ Harris in an orange car. Almost dooring each other as the 39 to 43. A little squirrely there for the 56. Yeah, they are just not really working together all that well. There goes the 43 forcing his way into line. 39 saying, all right, I'll take your place. Gets down to the inside there behind the 56 now. Lap 48. Again, still got that one more pit stop to go. And with how many caution laps they've been running, I would say they probably still got at least 7-8 laps in them. Maybe even as many as 10. Again, it's a big unknown at this point as to when those pit stops are going to happen. But they are definitely at the point now that if they want to, they can pit and make it. Because we are within 20. And that's about where the window is. Without needing to save, so. Ooh, stall hood. On there in the middle of the field, pushing up a little bit. That got a little dangerous. But they keep it going here. That inside lane kind of starting to find its stride here. Just holding its own. Not doing much, maybe gaining a little bit of ground. Now gaining a little bit more now. Getting to the inside of Matt Watkins. They were barely to Tyler Mallon's quarter panel, and now they've gained a bunch. Tyler Mallon, that number 81, that blue Intel machine. Trying to hang in there up there as we're catching a lap car. And a very slow one at that, James Moore. He keep to the outside there. Holy smokes, he's either more damaged than I thought he was, or he must be missing a gear or something. But still trying to go at it for the points. They get by him cleanly. And Jacob Smetana now jumping to the inside, leading that lane. Coming up to third, second. And might be having a sniff at this lead here. Golly, Leal's going to have to push the heck out of him. And again, that is not something you want to do in these corners. You can get away with a slightly off the middle bump on these straightaways, but if you're in the middle of the corner and you get that bump, you are going sideways, bar none. Coming to 16 laps to go here, side by side for the race lead. LaPrade and Smetana. Jacob looking to tie Tyler Mallon for the most wins on the season. Again, him and Malin are the only multi-time winners of the whole season. We got a few guys that have lost the draft here. Draft going back to 27th place, Jeff Goodpaster. So we got 27 drivers under a blanket here. And all with a very good chance. And again, if this stays green to that pit stop, that is where this race is going to either be made or ruined for everyone up here. Jovan Anderson doing a perfect job of pushing Dunlop Pratt at the moment. The pole sitter showing his muscle here on the super speedway in his debut in the season. And looking for the W, but it's 15 laps to go. Seth Cole still mired, back in traffic there. He's ways back on the outside line with not very many places to go. Right now, a bit of a stalemate between the two lanes. Outside maybe starting to get just a little bit of an edge. Yeah, Smetana's starting to struggle to hold on to Jessica Shelton's quarter panel now. After they got as high as getting up toward Jovan Anderson, as once again Peter Smetana hits the apron. That 43 has not been very stable. And yeah, now that inside's starting to go the wrong direction. Outside with the momentum advantage and being a little more closely locked up. Lap 54 of 66, 13 to go. And we're being pretty chill here at the 48. DJ Harris going to make contact. They're going to send Nick Fletcher around to the inside. Hard hit to the inside for the 00. Is that a caution? He was down off the racing surface for the most part. No caution. But that has separated this field. Started with DJ Harris getting sideways, trying to correct it, and then everyone else taking avoidant action, and it looks like that just sent them all kinds of sideways. I'm trying to get a very quick look here. Don't want to miss any green flag action here, but we'll see very quickly. Nick Fletcher, just a bit of a bad bump there. DJ Harris from Peter Smetana, and then he came up, and then that just kind of all stacked them up, and a hard hit on the rear. Golly, just wanted to stay out of trouble was Fletcher. And unfortunately, going to be toward the back there and in a world of hurt with that not being a caution. But yeah, you can see now that has really separated everybody. We're at 11 laps to go now. You guys have lost this pack. They're trying to work together, maybe try to reel them back in, but that's going to be a tall task. You guys have. Yeah, Oscar Ramos, Ricky Collette, Josh Moyers trying to hold on to the pack. Tyler Stallhood has lost them. And then you got a pack of 4 here, just kind of all amongst themselves. That will become a pack of 5 once they cancel 27. The other guys getting a little bit dicey up here. We're coming to 10 laps to go. And that 43 is still not laying up. I think we have the upper caution lights are on now. And that's actually going to be a saving grace for Fletcher. Let's see what may have happened here. It's Mike Wiley in the 98. And 3 and 4 is slow getting away there. So we'll see if maybe that's what the caution is here. Mahindra number 98 Ford. I was just looking at this pack saying, let's see if they'll be able to run him down, but then Daniel Cardozo got a little racy, and then actually just gets into the 98 a little bit. Spins him around. No major hits there, but with some traffic coming there. Game through the yellow. So now, this is going to get very, very interesting. Back to the live picture. I imagine this is where everyone's going to pit. And then we are going to have ourselves a few lap shootout. It's Talladega. What else did you expect? I'm pretty sure everyone's going to pit. Well, they're not. Okay. Guess maybe my calculations were wrong. Alright, good to know. So, they either pitted a bit earlier and I just missed it, or they've been able to save enough that they were good to go. Yeah, there's Fletcher coming down pit road, a couple guys, but the majority are staying out here. So I apologize, because I got that. I guess I whiffed on that one a little bit. So we're going to have Dunn LaPrade, Jovan Anderson, Jessica Shelton in the top three. Matt Watkins will be in fourth, and then Toby Roberson in fifth. It's actually been a heck of a great run there for that 64. You can see him up there. 6th place, Randall Coleman. 7th, Tyler Mallon. 8th, Nick Gunther. 9th, Ediver Leal. And Sean Romero. Mr. Just kind of quietly does well. It's kind of how I always describe him. Running 10th. Will be just ahead of Seth Cole. Got a few guys a lap down here. As it stands, 29 cars will be on the lead lap. Unless, of course, one of them, I think, will probably get a lucky dog. If that's still a rule within 10 laps to go. Some leagues don't have that. So I'm not 100% sure. But we will have at least 29. Some of them a little bit damaged, a little bit off the pace probably. But golly, you want a shot at the win. I'd say anyone in this top 10, possibly even top 15. We're probably going to have another 2 laps here. I imagine this will probably be 2 to go to green this time. Which means that we will have 6 laps to go, if that is indeed the case, once they take the green flag. Yep, lights are still on. Before we go green here, we'll see if we can get one more word with Cody Luke. Currently scored in 16th. Let's see if we can get some insight into what might be going on here before we let them have at it. Hey Cody, it's me once again. You able to chat just one more time here?
Yep.
Well, looks like we're probably going to have 5-6 laps, something in that range. What's the strategy going to be here, being in 16th?
Well, it's a little bit farther back than I wanted to be. I was up there around in top 10 there for a little bit, and I just got stuck on the bottom. Strategy is just kind of hopefully find the best lane to get up to the front, but there's no real strategy, I guess, right now. It's really just put it all on the plate, see what you got, hope you don't wreck. You got what you got right now.
You got what you got. Good luck, man. I'll let you focus in on these final few laps.
All right, cover that, man.
I do want to send my thank yous to Nick Fletcher and Cody Luke for allowing me to chat with them throughout the race. Hopefully, maybe something that we can do throughout the course of the season. Try to get some different drivers hot mic'd, as it were. And we can hear their strategy as we go. Again, we are going to have about 6 laps here. Probably 5, actually. Yeah, yep, it is going to be 5 laps. And we will have to go here. Or no, 6. It will be 6. I apologize. Yep. 6 laps here if we get the 1 to green. Like I said, tune back here, though, next week, though. We'll be at Dover. My personal home track. As yet, Ricky Collette did indeed get the free pass. You see him going by there. We'll put him back on the lead lap. Bringing the official total of lead lap cars to 30. Dunlap opted for the inside line here. Joey Anderson driving the Ryan Blaney colors. Got his fellow Toyota behind him. Got quite the mix of Camaros and Camrys up here. Gotta go a little bit back there to find the first Mustang. That would appear to be Edward Leal in 9th. And you also got Sean Whitehill and Jacob Smetana back there as well. Some lag happening further back there. Now, since it is in-game yellows, of course, that means that if we do get a caution within these final few laps, the race will end under yellow, but they will race back. So they've been taking the caution and then slowing straight down. Not anymore. For the rest of this race, it is going to be run back to the checkered and hope for the best. I think unless he comes out this time, I think that starts with 5 laps to go. But hopefully we'll get a good, exciting finish here. Dunlap from the pole, fell back a little bit, and now back up here to the front. Jovan Anderson started at the rear, now up in 2nd. Jessica Shelton been up here toward the front most of the night. Matt Watkins, with the strategy call earlier, playing into his favor, he is up in 4th. And it's Roberson and Coleman in row number 3. Back into the restart zone we go. Pretty even restart there. Slight advantage to the 93. But they are dead even. You see at 74 start to gain it back. And then the 93 going to get the run on the outside unless that 94 is able to push the 74 nicely. And it looks like that is indeed what's going to happen. DJ Harris in a bit of an awkward position there trying to get into the line. Almost had to go below the yellows. And Peter Smetana has fallen further back as well. And based on the moves that we've seen him pull already, he is going to be doing whatever he can and then some to get back up there. But it is 5 laps to go. Watkins with a peek out there. Not sure if that was voluntary. Oh, they're 4 wide, banging doors. Oh, what a save. 43, I believe that was the H. Or the 83, excuse me. Oh, boy. That 43, I don't think he's going to make too many friends after tonight. Gets in behind Seth Cole there. We are still dead even here. Oh, Coleman with a bad bump. But does manage to get back in front of Gunther. But that is going to stack that whole line up and hurt their momentum. Dunlap inches ahead. Coming to 4 to go. No rear end on Nick Fletcher's blue 00 there. Side by side here. Several rows deep. And I feel like it's only a matter of time before we're going to see someone make it 3 wide. And that is where things Could start to get scary. Oh, speaking of which, Smith 10, oh my goodness. Squeezing Cody Luke almost into the wall there. Like I said, 43, not making very many friends. Oh, speaking of 3 wide, Shelton thinking about splitting them. Not able to do it, but again, that's going to start to hurt the momentum for the inside. Going to give the advantage to the 93. 3 laps to go here from the Talladega. I almost said Daytona. My goodness. I was going to put it in the middle there. A little further back, gets back down into line. But we are still in absolute gridlock here. Double wide. Who pushes the other one better? They are so even right now. Again, slight advantage on these straightaways than outside. But Shelton knows a thing or two about pushing. And he's trying to push Don LePrand up there at the moment. Not much that the guys on the inside lane can do right now. But just push, push, push. The outside might have a little more freedom to try to make something drastic happen, should they choose. And it looks like we're going to see that with Coleman. Gunther does not go with him. There's 2 laps to go, and that Hooters number 9 is going to start to go in the wrong direction. Oh, Roberson, bad bump. Can he save it? He will not. That's going to be a big one. 39 flips. And a number of others, including the 33. We are racing back to the white and caution flag. Still LePrand with the advantage at the moment. With the push from Shelton, can Watkins give it a big enough push to Anderson to try to get him up there? Or is Shelton trying to make the move for herself? Looks like she's going to be stuck down there, and it's going to be Don LePrand taking the white and yellow flags. And that looked like that may have been an intent wreck. What the heck did Tyler Mallon just do? Race isn't over yet. And yeah, Mallon just turned dead left and turned, I believe that was out of Leal. Oh boy. That is a dramatic way to end it. But how about that though? First race back, and you're going to win it from pole, and it's Talladega. The Green Machine, number 74, Don LePrand, did what he needed to do, had the drafting partners that he needed. Gets a bump there from Shelton. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure if that was really an intent wreck as much as it was like, oh, checkered's out, we're messing around. Oh, wait, that's the white, not the checkered. Because these guys, I mean, once the checkered comes out, they just have some fun. But, so, if I put any dogma there on Mallon, that was my fault. But, no one's fault there for Don LePrand win, and he's going to get it officially now at Talladega. Welcome back to the Fast Racing League. And that's how you do it. Pole position, race win. Not much more you can ask for there. He's going to get some congratulatory bumps there, some spinning. Golly, that is cool to see. We're definitely going to make sure we try to get a word with them here. First, we're going to see what happened to cause the race-ending yellow there. It was Toby Roberson, looked like he may have gotten a bad bump. And that was that. Here we'll get a proper look. And pushed by the 81. And yeah, kind of pushed up a little bit. And kind of forced them to check up a little bit. They tried to save it, but that just was... Just with them stacked up like that, that just wasn't going to happen. And then... Yeah, everyone's stacked up like that. They all end up collecting, including Cody Luke. Hard into the inside wall. Nick Fletcher, I believe, ends up upside down there. Or no, that's Bill Martin, excuse me. Ends up on his roof. Danny Cardozo smoking. Also out of it, Jeff Goodpaster. Thomas Philbrick was in that as well. Golly, that was nasty. We got one more look here from another angle. Now the trouble's going to happen up ahead here. And then Lusk up into him. And then spinning out, that was the 048. Randall Coleman also spins from 6th. My goodness, they were still flying there. Golly, that was big. But that's Talladega, and the big one finally struck. And it was with 2 laps to go. Not really too much of a surprise. It's the crazy one. It's Dega. But man, was that crazy. Moves being made all over the place. And we're going to get it pulled up here so we can see the winter burnout here. 74 Dunlop. Burns it down there. The IMRC Season 11 champion. We watched him do it here on this channel. And then we see him come back into form here in the Fast Racing League, winning it in his first start of the season. And knowing some of the mental hurdles that he's gone through when it comes to this game and sim racing, he's been through a lot of that stuff, so seeing him get that win is really cool. Oh, okay. And I just received a message from Tyler Mallon. That was Tyler's wheel snapping off of his desk, and that's why he lurched left. I don't know why I thought that was an intent wreck. Like, that's why my brain jumped to that. It just looked like, oh, that was like, boom. As soon as we crossed the stripe, I'm turning left into somebody. So I apologize, Tyler. I'm so sorry for that. I very much jumped the gun on that, and also I was kind of adrenaline pumping as well. So I do apologize, sir. Please forgive me. But what we are going to do is talk to our race winner here.
User was moved to your channel.
Mr. LaPrade. First race of the season, and you get the pole and the win. What?
All I could say, man, is hell yeah! Holy cow, that was some racing. I hope everybody who was watching it enjoyed it, because that was definitely exciting in those last couple of laps, man. But man, just winning the pole, winning the race at the same time too, and I've always been very confident at these super speedways and knowing how to, work both lines and race everybody, bump and all of that. And man, that pretty awesome to get the win and get the pole and the win simultaneously. So that's I mean, not many people could say they've been able to do that multiple times. So, man, that was I'm speechless, man. That's just that was an excruciating final couple of laps, that's for sure.
Oh, I can only imagine. I'll just ask you real quick because I was watching just how aggressive, I mean, not only yourself, but Seth and some of those others were being, just trying to defend that track position. Was it just that crucial to hold on to that track position, or what was going on there?
I just thought it was very crucial to maintain that track position because, just being up front really helps out a lot than just being in the middle in the back. And I mean, it works for some people. I mean, look at Joven. I mean, he was like, what, 36th or 37th when he started, and then he got up to third. So, I mean, it works both ways, but I just thought it was crucial to stay up there and maintain the track position because otherwise I don't think I would have ever been able to get back up to the front like that. And knowing my luck with that, I typically haven't been that good at it before most of the time. So I was glad to be able to maintain the track position and still be in contention because, man, that worked into my favor very well.
Yeah, I would say so. You kept it up there for most of the night, so big congrats there again. And just knowing what you've been through, just with sim racing and everything, it really, it just man to man, friend to friend, is so cool to see you win that thing, man. I am going to let you have the floor here if you want to give any shout outs, thank yous, or just any closing thoughts that you have. Just try not to scream too loud.
Yeah, well, I just want to say, give a shout out to, Joven, Tyler, Randall, everybody tonight for putting on a great race and, racing clean, fun, all of that stuff. And, just, thank everybody for, kind of being there for me and a lot of my time in sim racing, just being able to try to, be better not only as a driver, but as a person too, and trying to just, be better than I was before. And, like I said, to be able to get to where I am right now is just, I'm very fortunate. That's about all I could say in that regard. So I'm just, I mean, it's a blessing in disguise to just, compete with these guys and have fun and stuff like that too. And just being able to get away from the stuff, that's going on in real life, just having fun doing this too. And, just, hitting the reset button for a little while just to get myself back on track and to be able to finally pick up where I left off too to get the win. That's, it's, that makes it a whole lot more sweeter. I will say that much.
I've seen you win a couple races on this channel. I've seen you win a championship. Great to see you back in victory lane. Great job, man. Well deserved. Go celebrate.
Man, I'm going to have a Miller Lite after this, so.
Get it. Go get it.
Well, dude, man, thank you.
Hey, no problem. Good job.
User disconnected from your channel.
That's LaPrade with the win. I'm going to sign off here. Gotta get myself some rest. But thank you to everyone who watched. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. That was crazy. Like, even by Talladega standards, that was really crazy. But great show. Thank you to everyone who partook. Big field. Great to see. And hoping that that continues on into Dover and beyond. We got a long way to go this season. And I'm hoping that I can continue to bring that to everyone. To the masses and, of course, to all the drivers, being able to watch these back and put up with my mediocre commentary. Thank you, everyone, for watching again. We'll see you next week at Dover. But until then, have yourselves a good one. Stay safe. Take care. And bye for now.